Hi guys, welcome to the Fourth Moment Show. My name is Shamil, and today's guest we have all the way from Matroosfontein, Coach Patrick Weels. Coach, welcome to the Fourth Moment Show. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
No problem. We thought we need to get the league winner, so to say, on the show definitely, because obviously you guys are preparing to take part in the playoff to decide who's actually going to the actual playoffs for the region. But before we talk about that, Coach, we want to hear more or something about Coach Patrick, where he's from.
Yeah, I'm Coach Patrick. I'm from Matroosfontein, born and bred in Matroosfontein. So played for Matroosfontein Football Club.
From what age?
From 18 years old, I never played junior.
Okay.
Straight into the senior ranks, but that was the years that time.
Okay.
You were limited for playing and all that, but nevertheless, I played. Was a member of the first team for quite some time, and then the coaching came to me and through my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the coach of the Matroosfontein first team.
But Matroosfontein was, from what I know, the little that I know about Matroosfontein was like a big team back in the day. They reached, they reached quite high.
Yes. We actually competed with the top teams in the province.
Yeah.
If you can say in the province, yes, like teams like Batchwood and your Evertons, your Seaburn Swerves, all that teams, Noy Parks, and we competed in the same league.
Yeah, and how did the coaching thing come about? I know you said that it was your brother, but when did you stop playing and decide, okay, what made you go into coaching?
Yeah, I was still playing. I was still playing, and then my brother used to coach. He used to coach juniors and seniors, and then so I just got involved at home, where preparing the kit and preparing the balls and stuff, and then it started coming into me. So the first team I started to coach was the under 10s. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was players like your Kamal Saits, your John Daniels,
Okay.
players like that. Yeah, and I started coaching in that time.
Okay.
So
because I wanted to ask you about Kamal as well, because I noticed that a couple of seasons ago he was with you on the bench for the third division as well. So he's been at the club since that young.
Yeah, he's also
a Matroos boy.
Yeah, he's a born Matroosfontein boy.
Okay.
So he's been long, and then he left and went to Santos and.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. And in your coaching journey, has there been any sort of coaching workshops that you attended and stuff like that? I know that there was also different types of coaching workshops in the past. Did you find yourself attending any of those? Or?
Yeah, that was one thing that I always told myself at that time, because that time we only had the books to look at.
Yes.
You look at your Germany, you look at books like that.
Yes.
And that was mostly the leagues that you looked at when it comes to coaching.
Yes.
And then once the coaching was available, and then I almost attended all the coaching courses that was around.
Yes.
But that time it wasn't also accredited.
Yes.
So the only thing the one that was accredited, which I started with, was the introduction course, the Western Province introduction course, and after that there was none. Up till now we have the CAF, DLC, and all that licenses and stuff now. So I was quite almost every course there was, like in the Bail. They had balls to poverty. They had every Bail year they had a coaching course. Which was small extracts from your HFA license.
I didn't actually know that.
So every year when the bail is on, they have that course. Yeah, so I used to attend it, I think about 6.
The coaching for bail, was that for teams that participated?
It was for teams that participated, and it was also open for anyone.
So it wasn't a case of Matroos playing in the bail and you went.
Yeah, it wasn't a case of that. Like Jeff from
from Bail. I think it's Coach Jeff Daniels. I think I'm not too sure.
I know what you're talking about. I was introduced through him. Yeah, and then I started like every year. Joe Sanderson was the guy that used to come here from England. Yeah, he used to come here, and then I used to follow him, and almost became part of the thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so that was and obviously from there you you did well, obviously, with Matroosfontein, first team. You guys won the league. You made it to the playoffs. I think it's 2016, is it? Am I right? Sort of 2016 season when you won the league, right? So when you won the league, was it something that you set out to do, or was it just that's how it went? You won the league and then you went to the playoffs, or was it okay? This year we're going to decide to go for the league.
We had a plan. Matroosfontein Football Club went into a little bit of a slump at the time because of people get older, people step out, retire, and all that. So we got new people in, and we sat and we discussed, and we decided, okay, let's give us a 5-year plan. Let's get a 5-year plan to get this team back to where we used to know Matroosfontein. How we used to know Matroosfontein. And then I think we were about a year ahead of getting into the playoffs. Because the year that we actually won the league in the LFA, that year was, I think it was one of our best years of the
and it wasn't even
time.
what was planned. You planned it to do it a year later.
Yeah.
And that's actually not the first time I heard that story. We for clubs that actually sit down and actually plan, and it's normally a 3 to 5 year plan. Normally by year 3 or 4 they achieve their plans. I think it's just the focus that's you're going to plan to work to, and that's how and then you achieve it early. Okay, so you won the league, and then for the playoffs, was there any sort of, if you can remember, was there any sort of special preparation, or was it just planning for that little tournament now?
You see, when it comes to the players, when you win the league, then it's like, wow, we done it. Now what now? Now you gotta sit now again, but it is not enough time. So now you gotta get the players because they already focused. Now you don't need to coach a lot because everybody's on a high and everybody just want to get there, and they're also seeing the future now, like winning it and all that. So it wasn't like a big preparation. It's just that we had to keep them closer to each other because now the players is like almost like playing in a long weekend. Like you say now, a tournament type of thing. So that wasn't too tough. It was.
So you found it quite.
The games was like.
Yes, I understand.
The games was tough.
That's always
the organization wasn't so tough because the players, everybody was get up. You didn't have a player missing from training. Everybody just wanted to be part of the.
You only get playoffs all the time.
Yeah.
You get them over here.
That's
the year again now, obviously, this is now a totally new. It's where you want to be. What was sort of the planning there? Was it getting other players? Was it using the same players? That type of thing?
One luck of that was you have a whole season.
Yes, of
to
course. Yes.
To wait for the next before you get into the actual third division. So then we had the opportunity to also to look at players from outside. To see if we can like bolster the team. But then we found out now it's not necessary for us to do that because we had enough players within our club. That we could, like your unders. And
Just on the unders, what is your? I know a lot of people have different opinion on the unders, on the under rule. Do you think that for you, do you find it difficult to work with, or is it something you take in your stride and you make it work?
The unders. One thing about the unders, it's a challenge for any coach. For any coach. You have to select your team or choose your team according to your opponents also. You need to look at who you're playing against, and then you also need to look at what you have. So now, if you look at your unders and you look at your opponents, and you say to yourself, wow, what now? So then that's a time when you wish they don't need unders. Then they can take that rule out because now you're sitting with a problem. Because you're playing a team that has very strong wingers and your unders is maybe your two defenders or whatever. So it becomes a challenge.
I suppose the good thing is the other coach has the same problem.
Everybody has that. Everybody has that problem. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge.
So yes, you're in the third division now, and I've made a note here. 2018-2019 first season, second on the log. You end the season second on the log with Young Pirates winning the league and obviously going on and winning ABC. But the next season, Coach Patrick, with 16 games, you guys were rock bottom. What happened there? What was the disparity between the two seasons?
That is something that I always ask myself. I always ask myself, before I started this league now, I asked myself, what happened? Because I have the same players that played in the first league, the first year, same players played in that league when we struggled. And I asked myself, what happened? And sometimes in football, sometimes in life, that is things that happen to you. That's how strong you get out. And then something happens across the whole world. And this is something I always tell the people. The whole world got brought down to their knees. Everybody had to go down and find out what happened. And then COVID came. We had 13 games left.
Yes.
13 games left. The last game we played, Crystal Palace in Manenberg. That was the last game. And that same weekend, on that weekend, I was about to decide that I'm gonna step down. Because maybe I was thinking, I didn't know I have an answer, because I was thinking maybe it's me that's not getting anything out of the players. Maybe I'm standing in their way or something, so I was thinking that. But then COVID came the Sunday evening when the president announced, and then I just packed everything away. And then I said, okay, maybe this is our chance again. And then when we started the new league now, the players were more, they had a better, I think they were all rejuvenated because they were also glad. Because we didn't have any answers. We had team talks, we had team building, we had everything in that. Time to get the team to get the
So
result.
in that, with you guys trying to find the answer, I didn't find the answer. The fact that whatever happened now, it sort of was like, okay, forget about it. Here's a restart button. Let's start over. Because you guys did it before. So you can do it again. And this year, obviously, you proved that you could do it and you guys did well. Just, I'm very interested to hear. Obviously, we all know about the when the proposal came from SAFACT with regards to the one league, the one round with everybody together, or the two rounds with the teams split. But you know, we're not involved with the clubs to know what actually influences your decision. Sort of like what did you guys go for? Was it the two round league type of thing? How did you actually view the whole thing as a club, as Matroosfontein?
To tell you the truth, we didn't really participate in anything like that. Because what we were looking at still what happened in the second league with us, and now you're getting opportunity to play again. And the best news for us was that the league was like stopped, so you were able to play again. So you're gonna start afresh. So we didn't really wanted to get involved in the logistics on how the league was gonna play. We just wanted to get back onto the field.
But you wanted to play? Because
Yeah,
remember you had a choice of playing or not.
We wanted to play.
Okay.
And that's why we didn't. We actually opt for this one with the two streams. Where the two streams play, because we also thought of the longer season. It's going to be long if you play.
I think it made football sense to have to play. Okay, so so obviously when you guys won, when you got into the third division, you were doing well. I mean, you were top of the log for quite a bit in the first season. There must have been fantastic support from Matroosfontein supporters, and in the next year, you know, things are. Did that also sort of change with the supporters, or did you feel that before we go there, I heard, you know, when we do the post on our Facebook for Matroosfontein and so on, the people talk about the dorp. Is Matroosfontein the dorp? What?
Matroosfontein is also known as the dorp.
Okay.
Like people that was in the old time. The dorp. The spectators, they called us the dorp.
Okay, so it's a fairly close community.
Yeah, we're a small community.
Small community.
Small. We were in the Elsie's area. But the surrounding where our players come from, it's from Matroosfontein, and then you have your Epping Forest, Clark's Estate.
Smaller suburbs.
The Rains. What is it, Canot? That area. All the players come from that same area.
So how was the support when you guys weren't doing well? Did they give you some stick, or were they?
You know, our supporters, they some of them just stay away. They just stay away, and then you have your loyals, which they don't care whether the team win or lose. They just there every week in and week out. They follow the team wherever they go. So we have that type of supporters, and but they don't really, they're not really vocal.
Mm.
Like I say, they won't go out and this coach must be fired or this must happen and that must happen.
Yeah.
No, they just stay away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's good. Okay. I want to touch on some of the players at Matroos. Because at the games that we've been, I remember specifically the first game, which was against Goal 50 at Mellenberg. I think you guys won 4-1 or the result like that. And I was impressed with the way the game was managed, especially by the midfielder, James, the captain. And then also the lanky striker, I think Regan Ferro. Yeah. You know, I know coaches don't like talking about players. Are there certain players in your team that you feel, are a very integral part of your setup?
Yeah, sometimes it's not easy to like point the finger to certain players because you have a whole team.
Yes.
And at the moment, our team is a team now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's working together, everybody's training together,
Yes.
everybody's trying to bring their part. But you do have players that you sometimes you can say, look here, like you mentioned James, you mentioned Regan Farrell, we have Curtly Poole, we have the goalkeeper Cameron Foster, we have
let's talk about some of it unders. Yes, because we were also on the next game we went to go watch was against Bayview, and it was at Elsbury Park, and Wendell, the left back, there was a nice little elegant boy, Kyle Moses, and I'm saying your name, Kyle Moses. When you said remember my number, I said, no, I want to know your name, Kyle Moses, white player, and then obviously Luciano Johnson, the striker. I think what impressed us about him was the work ethic. I said to the guys that was with us there, die ou gaat heel dag aan loop, man.
Luciano Johnson.
Yeah.
He came in. He wasn't in the team from the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah, he's also a born Matroosfontein player that went to academy like Moya and
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And his father, I think you should know his father, Marcelino Johnson. Played for
okay. Didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and he's also a born Matroosfontein player. He's also from Matroosfontein. So like we try to keep the team as far as possible close to the area. Yeah. So all the players that is there. Yeah. So the youngsters that we have, like Wendell is the right back, centre back, not the left back. The left back is
right back.
But Tino.
Okay. Yeah.
And on the right back, then we have Junaid.
Okay.
They all the youngsters that come from our junior ranks, they come out from our juniors.
And they don't give you much. I mean, you obviously, like the advice you gave us earlier on, you obviously preach that to them. And it now makes sense why they actually bring their part on the field, because you've obviously entrenched that sort of thinking on them and they're going for it. They are performing.
Yeah, as much as possible, I try to let them understand what is happening in the game.
Yeah.
How the game is, what happens in the league.
Yeah.
Because this league is for them.
Yes.
Like we have our senior players, you have your guys like I was talking about the guys now. You have that guys, so they can use that guys with their skill and ability of playing the game to help them get through. Yeah. Because tomorrow they will be the seniors. Yes. So I think that is one of the things that I have with my players. Yeah. That I can tell them that, and I can see they're pushing hard. Pushing hard.
There's a couple of things that I want to just ask you in terms of coaching, which we noticed, because I know the Bayview game for us was, it must have been tough for you. I think you guys won the game, but they had most of the ball in the match. But it was clear that when you had the ball, there was a plan. There was a plan, and Regan Ferro and Curtly Poole seemed very in charge, sort of that plan. Is that the way it's planned, or is that just the way the game goes and that's how they train, that's how they play? Because there was a moment where you guys didn't have much of the ball. The minute you got the ball, they just slowed everything down. Allowed everybody just to regroup. It was good game management from their side. Is that a planned thing, or is that just?
That is also one of the lucky attributes that you as a coach would want in your team. Yeah. You would always want to have players that can take initiative,
Yeah.
that can decide on their own, that can also read the game, knowing that look here, this game is now a tough game.
Yeah.
We need to do something here. We need to bring it down. So that is the players that I have at the moment with the two. If you mention the two of them now, that can bring it down.
Yeah.
They can bring it down, slow it down, and they can detect play without me
having to shout,
having to get involved in.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is one of the lucky things that
you have with
every coach dream of a player. If you have players like that.
And just another coaching thing. There was one of the players that was struggling, and there's somewhat disparity between two different types. Everybody, there's no right or wrong way. People coach differently, and the player had a problem, and you didn't shout at him or belt out instructions. I don't know if you remember, but you just said to him, listen, you have a problem here, this side. Think about it, how are you going to deal with it, but we need to deal with it. I don't know if you remember that.
I remember.
You remember that? Do you feel that, or does that work for you? Because another coach will say, hey, come on, die ook over by jou elke keer, or something, it'll be sort of more hard-ass, if I would call it. The way that you approached it, does it work for you?
Sometimes it differs from the player.
Okay.
Right, I remember that incident because that was one of our younger players.
Yes.
I think he's Junaid.
Okay.
He's Junaid. He's now 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
He's very young, and he played against a very experienced left winger.
Yes.
You remember that guy?
Yes. Yeah.
And I was thinking, and I sat there, and I thought to myself, I said to myself, I've got a problem here. How am I going to solve this problem?
Okay.
And then I just got up and I said,
yes,
if you can sort this out, you will be the best right back in Cape Town. Remember, I said that to him, and I left it, and I didn't speak about it again. And then just after the 2 or 3 moves, then the player, that same player that was giving our right back a hard time, he moved over to the other side. And then I don't know if you could remember, and I shouted at the right back again and said, "You are the best," because he just left you now. And I was thinking that moment, look here, this is a youngster. He's playing against one of the best players in the league. I cannot pull him down now by shouting at him, telling him what to do. He's already struggling. So basically, you just reminding him of his potential, of his ability, and come on, just get in there. Because we all had that games where things aren't just going, but you need that maybe just to remind you and push you versus somebody telling you how bad you are. It's already tough for him because the player went past him about 3 times before that. It's already tough for him. His players is getting down on him. Everybody's getting down on him, and now me, I thought,
you need to be the change.
He's very young. Don't break him now. Don't even make a sub. Because I was thinking about making a substitute, taking him off, but then I thought no.
And obviously he's a stronger player now.
He's now stronger.
Okay, so let's talk about the league a bit. Yes, you won the game. You won the league basically, or the stream with games to spare. You still have 1 match to play. Okay, so they're not going to be easy for you. They're going to give you a hard time. What are there any games that stands out in your mind that you struggled with, that you thought, okay, you might not win this one, or is there any games that you remember?
To tell you the truth, I think every game was a struggle.
Okay.
Every game was a struggle. Every game I used to sit and wonder, are we going to win this game? What am I going to do? Not one game was easy.
Okay.
Not one game was easy. The players made it easy by doing what they did on the field to get the results. So one of the games I just spoke about, Greenwood now, I think that was one of the best games I've seen for a long time.
Okay.
That was a game that
where was the game?
It was the 5-4 game.
Was it at Solo or
at Solo?
At Solo.
Okay. That was the 5-4 game. Brilliant goals. All 5 goals was brilliant. It wasn't goals like you get that soft ones where the goalkeeper let the ball go in, or it's a ball that it was crackers.
You had to work for it.
And I mean, even the players after the game, they also actually said, "Sure, what a game."
Okay.
And to come out victors, I told them in the half, I told the players in the half, to win this game, it's going to be very, very good because both teams is playing very good football.
Yeah.
And if you guys can win this game,
Mm.
you can pat yourself on the back to
Yeah.
say, well done, because this is a good game.
Yeah. Well, did you find it easy or difficult, or how did you find it when after obviously it came to a point where you guys knew you were going to win? You know, you only needed 1 point or 2 points. And at that time, what I'm seeing from the outside, I'm seeing like a couple of draws here now. And was it sort of difficult to keep them motivated to carry on, to finish? Or did you? Yes, it was.
Yeah, to lead a lock, it's quite nice. But to stay up there,
Yeah.
it's difficult. Because you know the players tend to think that okay, it's now easy.
Yeah.
The players tend to think it's easy. Now you have that players that has that ability, that knows that the stuff it's gonna be. But you need as a coach now to come up.
Yeah.
And you know I won't like hide behind anything. I was nervous, especially the game when we played at home against, was it the baby game?
That was the
No,
time.
the
Week after that.
the what's in the game? Not out by
Ocean View.
Ocean View game. That was the game where I was really nervous, but not because of the ability of my players, but just because that you know when you're on top of the league, everybody thinks that you're now just gonna win every game. It's not easy because the other teams is also there. They're also good teams, good players. The coaches is also good, and that's one thing that stepped up a lot in this league.
Yes.
It's the ability of the coaches, the technical side and all that. So you also have that challenge.
You bring your challenge also.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about your game plans. Now everybody to see. Now it's going to be even more difficult.
It's difficult,
Yeah. No, okay, but that's fantastic. That's why we love it. As well, the Ocean View guys, they wanted to beat you also. So, but yeah, it's just a point. I think everybody just has that, and that's what's fantastic about the league. It doesn't matter where you are. That everybody wants to play to win. And it doesn't matter what the result was the game before. It's about the next game now and winning that game, which is good for our football.
Yeah.
So you guys now obviously you sort of sealed it already now. The last game is yes, obviously you want to play, you got to keep the players motivated. Have you had an opportunity to see any of the other Stream B games? The potential team to play against, because obviously you guys now have to play against the winner of Stream B, and that decides who goes to the actual regional playoff for the ABC. Have you had opportunity to watch any of the other teams? Or do you...
I didn't really go out of my way to go and have a look at any teams. It's just that when I'm close to the whichever venue they play, because we played at the same time. Yeah.
Okay. You confident about winning at playoff?
Well, that's now the objective.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? I won't say that, but that was not our objective now, because now the possibility for us to win it is there.
Obviously.
So why not go for it?
Yeah.
So that's the approach for now.
Okay.
So.
Okay. If something were to happen where you don't make it, for example, what happens next year? I mean, the boys are all on a high and so on. Obviously, the season starts again in this year. You just go back with the same guys, let's get back to the drawing board, or let's just go for it again? Or as Coach Patrick Weels, I'm going to take a break now, or is there sort of that sort of thinking yet, or not really?
Now, luckily for us now, the franchise belongs to the club.
Okay.
So the club decides which way to go.
Okay.
So I think the club already decided that look here, this is what we want for our club.
Yes.
This is what we want for the area. So whether we win it or we don't go, whether we get the promotion or don't get the promotion, we still gonna carry on.
Yeah.
Because we have a community to feed.
Yes.
With football.
Football. Yes.
Yeah. So.
And you have a platform for those youngsters to come through and something for them to play for.
If we go through, it's a level higher.
Yeah.
And then maybe we have to look at little more things, logistics around how we're gonna travel and all that stuff. But for now.
Yeah. Well, definitely from our side, we wish you the best. Like I told the coach last week as well, we wish everybody the best. Because obviously we want football to be the winner. And I think if you're using the club in Matroosfontein, it's brave of them for doing what they're doing, and I applaud them. It's fantastic because those are the teams, obviously, where those little gems come from. Where it's players from the area playing for each other, playing for a club, and hopefully they can go further. Coach Patrick, that's all from my side. I don't know if you've got anything to add.
Yeah, I would like to thank Port Moment for what they're doing in the communities, because now the players can see themselves. They can also experience what we experienced in those days. We used to buy the old newspapers. To on a Sunday, you stand in the queue just to see yourself in a newspaper.
Yeah.
But what you guys doing now is, I think it's brilliant. It's good for the youngsters, and it's good for football also in Cape Town.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, look, we just also thank you for the message. It means a lot because we're trying to just bring the positive light on Cape Town football, all the negativity and so on. I think there's a lot of positivities, and we just want to bring the light onto them. So yes, that was Coach Patrick Weels giving his interpretation of the season thus far and his journey at Matroosfontein. Be sure to like and subscribe all our channels and watch out for our next episode. Till next time.